right, Midnight in Paris is the new Woody Allen film, written and directed by him. As usual, he's been doing this for, 35 years, a movie a year, sometimes two. Very prolific. Although in the latter half of his career, he's had a lot more misses than hits.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a return to form for Allen, I think. And basically what we have is I'm going to be kind of guarded with what this movie's about because the trailer doesn't give away one of the major plot points of what's going on in this movie. So I'll honor the trailer and go with as much information as they give you there. Owen Wilson and his fiance, played by Rachel McAdams, are in Paris with Rachel McAdams' parents, and they're kind of in their pre-wedding planning kind of stuff. And Owen Wilson's character, named Gil, is a screenwriter who wants to be a novelist, and he finds the Parisian lifestyle to be sort of ideal for inspiration, and he wishes to live there. Specifically, he would like to live there in the 20s during the literature and art boom era of that time. Rachel McAdams is not as interested. She wants him to kind of stick with what he knows and what's going to make money, which is writing scripts in Hollywood. And while he's down there, he kind of runs into a different crowd who sort of encourages his inspiration, which leads him into different directions as to whether or not he wants to stay with the Rachel McAdams and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. There's a certain amount of magic and whimsy in this movie that I think is a little bit different for Allen, although he has kind of done this type of stuff before, Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy, etc., and so on, way back in the day. But I think by kind of going away from realism, he was able to sort of break a sort of rut that he's been in since at least Match Point, I think, was probably his last really good movie. Yeah. And this is probably the first good comedy he's done since even longer than that. And I think by being able to break realism and break expectations of the plot, he's able to kind of find new inspiration. Owen Wilson's basically playing the Woody Allen character. If this was made 15, 20, 25 years ago, this would definitely been the character Woody Allen would have been playing himself. So you still get all of those same kind of neuroses and funny, witty, kind of self-deprecating dialogue. And if you like Allen for that, there's plenty of that here. There's a lot of really good acting, a pretty big cast, not only by Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams. We also have Michael Sheen in there, who's kind of playing this pretentious, art snobby guy, and he's very, very funny to watch if you've ever known anyone like that. And being an art major, I've known plenty. And then we also got Kathy Bates, Marion Cotillard, Adrian Brody, Allison Pill, Tom Hiddleston, who was in Thor. So a really big cast, and everybody has just the right amount of screen time. Some characters are bigger than others. Some are kind of cameos, but play an important role. And I think if you like Woody Allen and you like, I guess, sort of a whimsical view of the Parisian ideal, it's not real Paris. It's sort of a
glorified.
Glorified, sort of a postcard Paris. But it's a nice film. It's kind of light. It's not as classic Woody Allen as like Manhattan or Annie Hall. But it's, like I said, probably the best comedy he's done for probably about 15 years or so. So I give it a B+.
B+, nice. I'm with you. I enjoyed it greatly. B+ as well. I have to say, though, I'm on a huge Curb Your Enthusiasm kick, so his Whatever Works was really cool. I liked it a lot.
You liked Whatever.
Even though that was a little too close to his creepy phase, where old man and young girls.
Yeah. Kind of reminded us of maybe some scandal he had back in the day.
Scandal. But I was a big fan of that one.
Yeah.
But this one was good. I'm also one of those people that just loves to look at the past and be like, God, it would have been great to live back then, and dwell on, if you could know some of the greats and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's a big deal in the movie, is that Gil, played by Owen Wilson, is always living in the past.
Yeah, you're never.
The big theme or message of the movie is nostalgia, and is that helpful or detrimental to creativity?
There's always a better time kind of feel, and there is, but. Sometimes we're just better than others. But yeah, no, I liked a lot of the dialogue. The plot was very good. I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. So we actually, usually when I watch a Woody Allen movie, she goes, "Oh God, we're watching another one of those." And I go, "Yes, we're going to watch another one." But no, I normally hate Owen Wilson. He's my least favorite of the Wilsons.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah, but still, least favorite, and I enjoyed it. It was like, I think he pulled off the little quirks that Woody Allen normally puts in his characters really well. He can do I don't know, I want to call it a stutter, but it isn't. It's like,
the sort of hesitant.
Yeah,
where he kind of starts to say something and takes back what he's going to say. Yeah, and it's all very conscientiously written there, and I think Owen Wilson's he's one of those actors. He's as good as his material.
Yeah. The only reason I couldn't give this one an A is because it's just another excuse for Woody Allen to show how awesome he is. I don't know. He always he makes his characters very to himself, and it's just and you're just like
it doesn't break anything that he's. I mean, other than some of the plot ideas, the characters and some of the themes and situations are you've seen somewhere in his catalog before.
Yeah, it's just getting he's a horror guy that just keeps cranking them out now, and it's just it's everything he's done before, just terribly.
You know, I have to say that I'm always sort of impressed by Allen. In that, not all of his movies are that great, but he releases one every year. I mean, as soon as he's finishing a movie, he's starting to write the next one, and it's only kind of natural that he's getting up there in his age, probably in his late 70s or so, that they're not all going to be great. But it's nice to see this and know that romantic comedies can actually be somewhat intellectual. And actually, I would say that that's something.
They don't have to all be Catherine Hegel crap.
Yeah, and no kidding.
Oh God.
And I would say that that's something you should actually sort of be prepared for. Is that there is a lot of literary references and art references and stuff like that. That if you don't get some of those, and I only got maybe 70% of them or 60% of them, you might not find this movie as